In today's lecture, we will be discussing kinds of labor, then what is labor market, and the different features of Indian labor market. So here we are with the Indian labor market. In today's lecture, we will be discussing the meaning of labor. Okay, means we will be discussing the concept of labor. Okay, we will see the definition. Okay, see there are kinds of labor. Okay, means the labors, they are categorized into three parts. Okay, which are this: physical and mental labor, then skilled and unskilled labor, then productive and unproductive labor. Okay, so one by one we will go through all these types of labor. Okay, so that it will be easier for us, okay, to identify the different क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ लेबर. ओके, बघा जेव्हा आपण लेबरचा विचार करतो, लेबरचं क्लासिफिकेशन प्रामुख्याने 3 प्रकारात होतं. ओके, कोणते ते 3 प्रकार? तर पहिलं जे आहे ते म्हणजे फिजिकल अँड मेंटल लेबर. ओके, दुसरं जे आहे ते म्हणजे प्रोडक्टिव्ह अँड अनप्रोडक्टिव्ह लेबर, आणि तिसरं पार्ट म्हणजे स्किल्ड अँड अनस्किल्ड लेबर. तर हे वेगवेगळे क्लासिफिकेशन नेमके काय आहेत? ओके, आपण आता ते बघणार आहोत. ओके, सो द फर्स्ट क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ लेबर इज एंटायटल्ड ॲज फिजिकल अँड मेंटल लेबर. ओके, द फर्स्ट क्लासिफिकेशन इज एंटायटल्ड ॲज फिजिकल अँड मेंटल लेबर. सो सी, as the title itself suggests, is it? What is it? Yes, physical labor. Okay, what it means? It means that, okay, physical labor means, yes, physical labor includes such a work in which physical labor and physical strength is more important in comparison to mental labor, that is called as physical labor. Okay, see, what is physical labor? Yes, what is included in physical labor? Yes, when it comes to physical labor means, yes, whenever the physical strength, okay, whenever the physical strength of this worker, the physical strength of this laborer, it is used, okay, it is called as physical labor. Okay, it is called as physical labor. Okay, means, for example, the work of rickshaw puller, workers working in a factory, porter who carries luggage on the platform, is it, whom we term as coolie, is it? So when we consider physical labor, see, as the title itself suggests, physical labor means, yes, something related to physical strength, is it? A person or a work when it is completed by using physical strength. Okay, when it is completed by using physical strength, it is included in, yes, it is included in physical labor. Okay, the second part is mental labor. Okay, the second part is mental labor. What is mental labor? Yes, exactly opposite, or as per the title itself, mental labor means, yes, something related to brain. Whenever a person completes a task by using his brain. Okay, whenever a person completes a task by using his brain, okay, it is included in mental labor. Okay, getting it? Okay, then see, but mental labor is that in which brain is applied, or mental fatigue is more in comparison to physical fatigue. Okay, for example, the work of an advocate, yes, it is related to brain. A work of a teacher, yes, it is related to brain. The work of a doctor, chartered accountants, etc. Okay, so for better performance of work, mental and physical labor both are very essential. Is it? So when it comes to physical and mental labor, बघा फिजिकल अँड मेंटल लेबर काय आहे. ओके, फिजिकल म्हणजे जिथं फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथचा यूज होतो. ओके, समजा वर्क कंप्लीट करण्यासाठी फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथचा जेव्हा उपयोग होतो. ओके, फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथचा जेव्हा उपयोग होतो, ओके, त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, फिजिकल लेबर असं म्हणतो. ओके, देन मेंटल लेबर जसं की ते टायटलमध्ये सांगितलेलं आहे, मेंटल लेबर इज इट, जेव्हा मेंटल स्ट्रेंथचा यूज होतो की म्हणजेच ब्रेनचा जेव्हा यूज होतो. ओके, अशा प्रकारच्या लेबरला आपण काय म्हणतो, मेंटल लेबर. ओके, जेव्हा आपण फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथचा विचार करतो तेव्हा येस काय येतं त्याच्यामध्ये. येस, फॉर एक्झाम्पल रिक्षा पुलर, कूली इज इट, वर्कर्स वर्किंग इन फॅक्टरी इज इट, हे जे सर्व आहेत ते कशामध्ये येतात, फिजिकल लेबरमध्ये येतात. ओके, आणि मेंटल लेबरमध्ये काय येतं मग. येस, फॉर एक्झाम्पल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटंट्स, फॉर एक्झाम्पल ॲडव्होकेट्स दॅट इज लॉयर्स इज इट, टीचर्स इज इट, डॉक्टर्स. ओके, they use their mental capacity or they use their mental fatigue, okay, or brain to accomplish the work or to perform the work. Okay, so they are included in mental labor. Okay, the second part is skilled and unskilled labor. Okay, skilled and unskilled labor. Okay, what is skilled and unskilled labor? Let's see. Okay, skilled labor is that in which special knowledge, learning, training and efficiency is required in performing the work. For example, the labor of engineer, doctor, teacher and a scientist has been called as skilled laborer. Okay, see, the another part is skilled and unskilled labor. Okay, skill, yes, some extra capability or extra ability is it you do have, is it, some extra capability or extra ability you do have. You have a special knowledge. What you have is you have a special knowledge, you have a special learning, training and efficiency. Okay, and when you use all these things, okay, when you use all these things, okay, for performing a work, yes, the laborer and the labor, it is called as skilled labor. Okay, बघा, समजा एखादं वर्क कंप्लीट करण्यासाठी, एखादं वर्क परफॉर्म करण्यासाठी, ओके, एखादं वर्क परफॉर्म करण्यासाठी समजा इज इट स्पेशल नॉलेज, लर्निंग, ट्रेनिंग आणि इफिशियन्सी जर गरजेची असेल आणि त्याच्या थ्रू म्हणजे हे सर्व गोष्टी यूज करून समजा एखादं वर्क परफॉर्म केलं असेल तर, ओके, समजा एखादं वर्क परफॉर्म केलं असेल तर ते कशामध्ये येतं. येस, ते स्किल्ड लेबरमध्ये येतं. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल बघा, एखादा इंजिनियर इज इट, त्याला समजा इज इट एखादी बिल्डिंग कंप्लीट करायची असेल, येस, इट इज अ क्वाईट स्किल इज इट, किंवा त्याला एखादा प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करायचा असेल इज इट इज अ स्किल. टीचर, ओके, when they are teaching to the student, is it, when they are teaching to the student, okay, they need a skill, right? Okay, unless until they do have skill, okay, they can't convey or communicate or conversate, okay, what they want to communicate or conversate with the students, is it? So these are included in skilled labor. Okay, unskilled labor, is it, say, exactly opposite to skilled labor. While the work in which, is it, special knowledge, training, learning, efficiency is not required, such type of work is included in unskilled labor. For example, the work of rickshaw puller, is it, a coolie carrying the luggage. Yes, it is included in unskilled because no use of skill, no use of knowledge, just they are supposed to lift it, right? Just they are supposed to lift it. Okay, so such type of work, it is included in unskilled work. Okay, the remuneration of skilled worker is normally higher than that of unskilled worker. Okay, getting it? So skilled labor means where special knowledge, training, learning, efficiency, it is required to complete the work. Okay, now when it comes to yes, the second part, unskilled laborer, okay, where you don't need to have special knowledge for completing the work performance, okay, or training or efficiency. Is it such type of labor which is used for performing the work, it is included in unskilled labor. Okay, and the third part is productive and unproductive labor. Okay, productive and unproductive labor. Okay, productive labor, see what is it? Productive labor is that labor which adds net value to the product. Okay, which adds net value to the product. Okay, while unproductive labor is that which does not need net value. In other words, we can say that labor producing material goods are productive and labor producing perishable goods, including services of servants, teachers, are unproductive. Okay, but according to Professor Marshall, all labor is productive. He say no distinction in the work of baker who produces bread for family and that of a cook who prepares rice or boiled potatoes is made. Only that labor is considered unproductive which is performed by antisocial persons such as pickpockets, thieves, dacoits, etc. But labor used in constructing building, a dam, etc. is productive because workers work on them and they receive wages. Is it productive worker? Yes, whenever a labor adds net value to the product, it is included in productive labor. Okay, while unproductive labor is that which does not add net value. Is it? So this is the difference between productive and unproductive. So what is labor market? Let's see what is labor market. Then we will go through, yes, then we will go through the features of labor market. Okay, see the labor market, it is also known as the job market. Okay, it relates to the supply and labor demand, in which the supply is provided by the workers and demand by the employers. Okay, see, labor market is, yes, well known with the another name. What is the another name? Yes, job market. ओके, बघा हे जे लेबर मार्केट आहे त्याला ओके दुसरं नाव काय आहे? दुसरं नाव जॉब मार्केट असं आहे. ओके, इट रिलेट्स टू सप्लाय अँड डिमांड ऑफ लेबर. इज इट? बघा या मार्केटमध्ये काय केलं जातं? सप्लाय अँड डिमांड केलं जातं. इज इट? ऑर्डिनरी बाकीच्या मार्केटसारखंच इज इट ह्या मार्केटमध्ये सुद्धा सप्लाय अँड डिमांड ह्या दोन गोष्टी कन्सिडर केल्या जातात. पण इज इट मार्केटच्या पुढे प्रिफिक्स काय आहे? लेबर. ओके, इथे डिमांड अँड सप्लाय कुठल्या गोष्टीची होते? तर लेबरची. इज इट? सो येस, इन विच द सप्लाय इज प्रोवायडेड by the workers and demand by the employers. Okay, see, carefully listen to this. What is labor market? Yes, the labor market is also known as job market. Yes, the labor market, it is also known as job market. Okay, in this labor market or job market, what is done? Yes, in this labor market or job market, yes, demand and supply happens. Okay, the demand and supply, it does happens. Okay, demand and supply of what? Yes, demand and supply of the prefix. Okay, what is the prefix? Labor. Okay, see, in such type of market, the supply and demand, that is demand and supply of labor, it does happens. Okay, now who supplies and who demands, or who demands and who supplies? Is it? See, the labor is demanded by employer, because employer wants to, yes, run his organization. He wants to, yes, he wants to complete the production activity into his organization. So when we consider this, okay, what is needed? Yes, it is needed that, okay, he should demand for labor. Is it? Unless until labor is demanded by him, the production activity which he has planned for, it will not be completed. Is it? Getting it? So yes, when we consider demand, okay, demand is put forth by employers. Is it? And who supplies then? Yes, supply is promoted and provided by the workers. Okay, the workers, they do offer labor. Is it? So okay, once again we will recall the term labor market. Okay, what is labor market? The labor market is also known as job market. The labor market is also known as job market. Okay, so the labor market, is it? It relates to supply and demand. Okay, it relates to supply and demand of what? Yes, it relates to supply and demand of, yes, labor. Okay, in which the supply is done by workers and demand is put forth by the employers. Okay, getting it? बघा, लेबर मार्केट, ज्याला जॉब मार्केट असं म्हटलं जातं, या मार्केटमध्ये सुद्धा डिमांड अँड सप्लाय, इज इट, रिलेटेडच ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स होत असतात. ओके, पण इथे डिमांड अँड सप्लाय प्रोडक्शन नाही आहे, तर इथे डिमांड अँड सप्लाय कशाची आहे? येस, जसं की त्या प्रिफिक्समध्ये सांगितलेलं आहे, लेबर मार्केट. इज इट? कशाचं मार्केट आहे ते? लेबर मार्केट. म्हणजे डिमांड अँड सप्लाय, इज इट, कुठल्या गोष्टीची होणार आहे? लेबरची. ओके, म्हणजे त्याच्यामध्ये एक व्यक्ती लेबर देतो, एक व्यक्ती लेबर घेतो. इज इट? आता बघा, इट इज क्वाईट क्लिअर. इज इट? हे क्वाईट क्लिअर आहे. लेबर कोण देतं आहे? येस, लेबर कोण देऊ शकतं? वर्कर्स. इज इट? आणि लेबरची आवश्यकता कोणाला आहे? एम्प्लॉयर्सला. कारण की समजा त्यांनी हे लेबरर्स हायर केले नाहीत आणि त्यांच्या थ्रू समजा लेबर त्याच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनला, इज इट, त्याच्या फॅक्टरीला मिळाले नाहीत, तर जी प्रोडक्शन ॲक्टिव्हिटी त्याने प्लॅन केलेली आहे, इज इट, म्हणजे जे प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस करायचं त्याने प्लॅन केलेलं आहे, ती ॲक्टिव्हिटी, इज इट, अनलेस अंटिल देर इज लेबर इन टू युअर ऑर्गनायझेशन. ओके, जर तुमच्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये लेबर नसेल, इज इट, कामच झालं नाही, तर प्रोडक्शन ॲक्टिव्हिटी कंप्लीट होणार नाही. इज इट? गेटिंग इट? सो it is a significant component of any economy and is closely linked to the finance, commodities and services market. Okay, see, when it comes to labor market, yes, it is a significant component of any economy. Yes, labor market is a significant commodity. Okay, it is a significant component of any economy and it is closely linked to the finance, commodities and services market. Okay, जेव्हा आपण, इज इट, जेव्हा आपण या लेबर मार्केटचा विचार करतो, तेव्हा, इज इट, काय गरजेचं आहे? येस, तर लेबर खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे बघा इकॉनॉमिकमध्ये. ओके, ज्याचं लिंक डिरेक्टली फायनान्स, कमोडिटीज आणि सर्व्हिसेस मार्केटशी रिलेट होतो. ओके, ॲट अ मॅक्रो इकॉनॉमिक लेवल, येस, ॲट अ macroeconomic level, both domestic and international market dynamics affect supply. See, when we consider the domestic as well as international market, okay, the domestic as well as international market, is it what is important here? Yes, it is important that, yes, it is important that, yes, both domestic and international market dynamics affect supply and demand as well as variables such as globalization, population size, and level of education. ओके, बघा, आपण जेव्हा डोमेस्टिक लेवलवर ॲज वेल एज इंटरनॅशनल लेवलवर ओके लेबरचा विचार करतो, बरेचसे फॅक्टर्स आहेत जे ह्याच्यावरती अफेक्ट होत असतात. लेबर सप्लायवरती, लेबर डिमांडवरती अफेक्ट होत असतात. कोणकोणते आहेत? येस, ग्लोबलायझेशन असेल, पॉप्युलेशन साईज असेल, अँड द लेवल ऑफ एज्युकेशन. सी, सम ऑफ दी कंट्रीज, okay, they are highly populated. Some of the countries, they are, yes, less populated. See, usually the developed countries, okay, what they use, they make use of capital intensive technique. Okay, what they do, yes, they make use of capital intensive technique. Okay, now due to this what happens? Yes, due to this, surely, okay, due to this what happens? Surely, some of the countries who are highly populated, they rely on labor intensive technique, and some of the countries who are less populated, yes, they rely on capital intensive technique. So as per the techniques which are used by the companies as well as the countries, okay, the supply and demand of labor, it does varies. Okay, then different companies deal with workers on a microeconomic level, recruiting them, dismissing them, and increasing or cutting pay and hours. Is it? See, different companies, they deal with workers on a microeconomic level. That is, okay, when we think about companies, okay, that is when we think about companies, yes, what do company do? Yes, companies, they do deal with workers on a microeconomic level, means, okay, they do recruit laborers, they do dismiss laborers, is it, they increase or they do cutting pay and hours. Let's see the features of Indian labor market. Okay, when we consider our country India, okay, see, the availability of labor, it is in plenty of quantity. Why? Because our country India is highly populated country. So when it comes to labor supply, okay, our country, it is having priority into everything. Okay, so the first thing is a relationship. Okay, the relationship between the employee and employer in the labor market begins before the employment and continues even after the employee retires from the service. Thus, okay, the duration of relationship is very long period. Okay, so see, when we do consider Indian labor market, okay, what is more important? Yes, what is more important? Here it is important that, okay, here it is important that, okay, we Indians, we do maintain a relationship. So when it comes to the employer and employee relation, okay, the employer and employee relation, इज इट एम्प्लॉयर आणि एम्प्लॉईचं जे रिलेशन आहे, ओके, त्याचा जेव्हा आपण विचार करतो तो फक्त वर्किंगपुरतं नसून इज इट तो व्यक्ती रिटायर्ड होस्तोपर्यंत आणि रिटायर झाल्यानंतरही, ओके, तो व्यक्ती रिटायर झाल्यानंतरही एम्प्लॉयर आणि एम्प्लॉई याच्यामध्ये एक छान प्रकारचं रिलेशन मेंटेन राहतं. ओके, सो when we consider the relation between employer and employee, the relation between employer and employee, yes, the relation between employer and employee is it lasts long, okay, it lasts long from, yes, the period, okay, it lasts long from the period, okay, from the inception or initiation till, okay, he gets retired and post retirement. Okay, then the terms and conditions. Okay, see, when it comes to employment type, terms and conditions of employment including wages, benefits, leave, hours of work, retirement benefits, industrial relations, etc. are determined in the labor market. Okay, see, what should be the employment type, that is the nature of employment. Then what are the different terms and conditions of employment? Is it means what is the amount of wage, what are the different benefits which are given to the worker, okay, what is the leave structure, is it for how many hours he is supposed to work, what are the retirement benefits which he will be getting, okay, what about the industrial relations. See, all these things, they are fixed under the terms and conditions. Okay, see, when we go through the terms and conditions, okay, when we go through the terms and conditions, okay, what is important? Yes, it is important that, yes, it is important that yes, to fix the norms related to wages, म्हणजे ओके, कोणते टर्म्स अँड कंडिशन्स फिक्स केले जातात की वेज किती असलं पाहिजे, किती तास त्यांनी काम करायचं, कोणकोणते वेगळे बेनिफिट्स त्याला मिळतील, रिटायरमेंटचे बेनिफिट्स देणार आहेत का किंवा कुठले देणार आहेत, इज इट, ह्या सर्व गोष्टी फिक्स केल्या जातात. देन द थर्ड थिंग इज लोकल कॅरेक्टर. इंडियन लेबर मार्केट इज मोस्टली लोकल इन कॅरेक्टर. Government policies from time to time emphasize on the employment of sons of soil or local people. Employment exchanges and compulsory notification of vacancy act specifies for filling up of certain vacancies from among the sons of the soil. Is it? See, local character, what it means? Yes, it means that appointment of local candidates. What local character means? Local character means that appointment of, yes, it means that appointment of local people. It means the appointment of local people. Is it getting it? Means those who are, is it, the local candidates, is it, they are given the priority while giving the employment opportunity. Is it, while giving the employment opportunity itself, okay, these people they are, yes, these people, they are given the employment on the priority basis. Okay, then low rate of mobility. Yes, बघा लोकल कॅरेक्टर काय आहे त्याच्या आधी एकदा व्यवस्थित आपण डिस्क्राईब करू, इज इट, सो दॅट ते आपल्याला इझी पडेल. इज इट, काय बघा, लोकल कॅरेक्टर. लोकल कॅरेक्टर म्हणजे इज इट, जेव्हा रिक्रुटमेंट होतं, लेबरर्सचं रिक्रुटमेंट होतं, तेव्हा सन्स ऑफ सॉईल किंवा लोकल पीपल इज इट, म्हणजे तिथला तो स्थानिक व्यक्ती आहे का हे पहिल्यांदा कन्सिडर केले जातं. आणि स्थानिक व्यक्ती असेल तर त्याला प्रायोरिटी दिली जाते. इज इट. यासाठी एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंजेस आणि कंपल्सरी नोटिफिकेशन ऑफ वेकन्सीज ॲक्ट याचा यूज केला जातो. ओके. त्याच्यानंतर काय, लो रेट ऑफ मोबिलिटी. मोबिलिटी मीन्स येस, the transfer from one place to another place. See, low rate of mobility of workers or laborers from one place to another place due to family structure, attachment to the place, sentiments, etc. Okay, see what happens. Usually the person, he never leaves his local place or never leaves his place of birth. Why? Yes, some kind of attachment. Yes, some kind of attachment, it is always there. Some kind of attachment, it is always there. Is it getting it? So, due to this, what happens? Yes, due to this, the person never leaves his job. Is it? Because he is not ready to leave his local place or his place of birth or his village. Then imperfect market. Okay, labor market is an imperfect market. Why? Is it? See, the workers do not find a normal wage rate to which the market rate naturally tends. Is it? See, the labor market, it is an imperfect market because what the labor is given and what the rate of wage is paid for the labor, it is always unequal. Is it? So it is called as imperfect market. बघा, चौथा पॉईंट असा होता फीचरमधला, लो रेट ऑफ मोबिलिटी. म्हणजे काय होतं, मोबिलिटी म्हणजे एका प्लेसवरून दुसऱ्या प्लेसला ट्रान्सफर होणे, इज इट, किंवा शिफ्ट होणे. बघा, शक्यतो इंडियन लेबरर्स ते स्वतःचं जे मूळ गाव आहे, जन्मगाव आहे, ते कधी सोडत नाहीत. त्याच्यामुळे इज इट, ते काय करतात की त्यांचं जे काम आहे ते लाईफ टाईम कंटिन्यू करतात. ओके. आणि दुसरं आहे ते इम्परफेक्ट मार्केट. म्हणजे काय बघा, जेवढा तो लेबर ऑफर करतो, कधीही त्याच्या तुलनेत एक तर वेजेस हाय पे केले जातात किंवा लो पे केले जातात, इक्वल किंवा मॉडरेट कधीही पे केले जात नाहीत. त्याच्यानंतर वेज डिफरन्शियल्स. ओके. इंडियन लेबर मार्केट इज कॅरेक्टराइज्ड बाय वेज डिफरन्शियल्स अँड वेज इनइक्वॅलिटीज फॉर द सेम जॉब. Okay, see, wage differentials, what it means? It means that, see, Indian labor market, it is characterized by wage differentials and wage inequalities for the same job. Okay, when two people, they are performing the same type of work, okay, the wages paid to them, it is quite different from one another. Is it? बघा काय होतं, दोन व्यक्ती जरी सेम प्रकारचं काम करत असतील तरी त्या दोन्ही व्यक्तींना मिळणारा मोबदला जो आहे किंवा मिळणारा वेज जो आहे तो कधीही इक्वल नसतो. ओके, गेटिंग इट? Then monopoly. Yes, monopoly in the Indian labor market do not exist particularly for organized labor. However, it is common in case of unorganized labor. Yes, there is no existence of monopoly in Indian labor market. ओके, अशा प्रकारे मोनोपॉली ऑर्गनाइज लेबरमध्ये होत नाही, अनऑर्गनाइज लेबरमध्ये होतं. देन स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ एम्प्लॉई. येस, इंडियन लेबर मार्केट मोस्टली फेवर्स द एम्प्लॉयर रॅदर दॅन द एम्प्लॉईज. Yes, the employees, they approach the trade unions, right? Okay, so when we consider Indian labor market, yes, the favor is given to employer. Okay, the कंपनीच्या मालकाला किंवा इज इट त्या ओनरलाच जास्त करून फेवर मिळतं. Then unemployment. What is unemployment? Yes, unemployment and underemployment are quite common features in the Indian labor market. Okay, these are the most predominant in the agriculture sector, small scale and cottage industries, shops and establishment and other unorganized sectors. Is it? See, as the labor availability, it is plenty in amount or abundant in amount. Okay, when we consider our country, it is highly populated, is it? So the amount of labor availability, it is more, is it? So when it comes to agriculture sector, small scale and cottage industries, shops and establishment, is it, and other unorganized sectors. Yes, unemployment is a common problem. Then LPG here means liberalization, privatization and globalization. Yes, this LPG resulted in unemployment and underemployment even in the organized sector, because due to this what happens, okay, the labor from one country to another country, they are transferred. Okay, due to which if the employer, he is getting the skilled labor in the said said wages, is it, then he will acquire or he will recruit the skilled laborers itself, right, and productive laborers itself, is it? Why he will switch over towards unskilled laborers? So due to this what happens? Yes, due to LPG, yes, some kind of unemployment is resulted. Then the casual nature of employment is the peculiar feature of the Indian labor market. This resulted in discontinuous attachment relation between the employer and employees. Then outsourcing. What is outsourcing? Outsourcing here means, yes, outsourcing for the employees has been gaining importance after the introduction of liberalization in 1991. As it means, if you are getting more skilled labor outside, is it, then what the Indian employers do? Yes, they do bring from other countries. Then the shortage of labor. Though the Indian labor market is characterized by unemployment or surplus of labor force, there is a shortage of certain categories of people, particularly technical and system personnel. Okay, see, some of the skills, they are lacking in some laborers, so there is inavailability of some kind of labors. Then existence of highly competitive, yes, existence of unstable labor force is there, and the recent trend indicates that Indian labor, particularly in high technology and software industry, they are highly mobile, they are also highly competitive in nature. Okay.